Welcome to Beyond Wealth Advisors, podcast, April 2020. I'm Dennis Bacon. I'm one of the partners here at Beyond Wealth, and I function as the Chief Investment Officer of Beyond Wealth Advisors. Wow, has this last few weeks been dynamic. We've seen massive swings down. We've all lost money in our portfolios, and then we've seen a big rise, another drop, and today we had a little bit of an upside. As we go through these times, we know that we're going to expect volatility. We expect this to happen until the point in time when we have clarity of what a new normal looks like. Does it look like the old normal? There changes? We don't really know the answer to that. But the markets want to see some clarity on where things are going. We had a huge unemployment number come out today, and that has had some impact on the market, but again, the markets really don't know what to do because we're in unprecedented territory at this point in time. As we look forward and see this volatility, the question arises in almost all investors' minds of what do we do now? And we have a few things that we think make a lot of sense. First, we obviously are a lot lower in the markets than where we were a few weeks ago. If you have investments that you would like to be in, now is probably the time to get into them. The government has done some nice things for us in the sense that if you're over 70 and a half and you're taking your required minimum distribution, those have been suspended for this year. You're no longer required to take them. If you don't need the cash, why would you want to sell out of positions when the markets are down? So we would advise that you at least consider suspending them, talking with your advisor to see if that's appropriate for you. Also, if you're investing and building your IRAs and your other retirement plans, now's a great time to go ahead and max fund and get all the funding you can in for this year if you have the cash availability. Because right now, prices are obviously much lower than they were a few weeks ago, and certainly our hope is that the economy can move forward and we can start seeing recovery as we reach normalcy again. The other things that can be done is if you have non-IRA money, non-tax sheltered money, now's a great time to capture tax losses. Doesn't mean you're getting out of the market, but you're capturing and realizing those losses for tax purposes by selling what you have now and buying something else. Whatever we buy, it may be something very similar. You may choose to reposition to other types of assets. But by capturing those losses, at the end of this year, if you have mutual funds, you can almost guarantee that we're going to have large capital gain distributions. It happens almost every time. You can't guarantee it, but it certainly looks like a very high probability. If that happens and you've captured losses now, those will offset the gains that are distributed by mutual funds and allow you to minimize or maybe even eliminate the taxation on those distributions, which can be very surprising when you have a year like we're having now. The biggest thing that you need to be aware of is you need to be proactive. You can't sit back and just wait. You have to be talking to your advisor and making good, sound decisions based on what your situation is. And hopefully you have a good advisor you're working with. If you don't, you need to find one. At Beyond Wealth Advisors, we think we know a few here in our office. But, and a little bit of a message, we talk about choosing advisors. We have a lot of clients out there. And we have been going through some changes here at Beyond Wealth that we think are really going to be impactful and positive for our clients. We're in the middle of rebranding to Beyond Wealth Advisors. Doesn't represent a lot of change for our existing clients, but it captures more of what we have always tried to do in taking care of our clients beyond what most financial advisors do. In addition to that, we have two new advisors coming on, J.C. Ganote and Kelly Manning. We're really excited to have them. We've been working with them for several months about the concept of them moving over here, and they're really excited. They fit the style of investing that we do with our clients. They fit the care factor that we do with our clients. And as they're moving over during this time, we're trying to serve them and do all that we can to help them get their clients moved over here. And luckily for us, a few years ago, we made the investment in technology, which allows all of our staff to work from home if they choose to. We're considered an essential business, but we also want to make sure each one of our employees can experience social distancing as much as possible during this time. So it's been great that we have been able to provide that for our employees, and hopefully for all of our clients, we've been trying to communicate with them and let them know what's going on in the economy and what we're doing to take care of their accounts. As I sign off in this podcast, I encourage you to make sure and work with your financial advisor to make wise decisions during this point in time. And thank you very much, and happy social distancing.